Most men lack the patience to observe and document plant growth. I'm sorry, but I'm too preoccupied for chit-chat.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't a good time.
Working on something important?
All of my work is important. Now, if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations. They're difficult enough without the distractions. Well?
Equations for what?
Honestly, you wouldn't understand them. Now, I'm afraid I must end this little chat, although it's been so very diverting. Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
Hey.
Pardon me.
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded by geniuses.
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
Hey there.
Liam's been trying to teach me robotics. It's more complicated than I thought.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless. It's all right. No hurry.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me here?
Even if science isn't your passion, there are plenty of ways to contribute. Our projects sometimes require an agent who can work on the surface to observe and gather information. From what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
There might be. Tell you what, you get settled in, and check back with me later. I'll see what I can find out.
I can't imagine living on the surface. It sounds like a nightmare.
Operating at full capacity.
Hi.
All systems nominal.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
Rumor is, Advanced Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
Take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ao, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I hate to break it to you, but your Courser wasn't all that tough.
Then it's likely the unit was defective. It's rare, but faults can occur from time to time. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Seeing you in that power armor makes me think we should design some of our own.
You smell like you've been above ground. Pardon me.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Pardon me, sir. Carry on, sir.
Pardon me.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often. I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
What's Justin doing that's causing friction?
Oh, he's just pushy and demanding. He thinks his problem should be everyone's biggest concern. I have to admit, though, the other divisions have never taken our needs as seriously as they should. Guess they see us as a necessary evil or something. It's really not fair. Oh, just listen to me. It's the first chance we've had to get acquainted, and all I want to do is complain. In any case, it was good to meet you.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Father's work has been a real inspiration for me.
Subject identified.
Hi there.
Child synth. It's just remarkable.
Just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
3 levels of approval. Do you believe that? 3!
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
I'll take a look, sure.
Nothing to report, sir.
remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. You can resume your duties.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times. I apologize for any disruptions that my work might cause you. All maintenance requests should be directed to the facilities
It's a
division.
real juggling act, trying to keep all the systems down here operating in the green. This place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackout's gonna hit.
Looks like everything's running great. I'd say you're doing your job.
Hey, thanks. It's nice to be appreciated. Most people just take my work for granted. It's the kind of work that only gets noticed when something goes wrong, if you know what I mean. There's some stuff I need to check on. See you around, yeah?
I don't think you'll be needing that suit of power armor in here.
Mankind redefined. It's catchy, isn't it?
You just don't want to admit to yourself when if you're about to launch into one of your impassioned speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr. May, you know where to find the teleport.
Now, just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
The synths are treating you well, I hope?
With our third-generation synths, we've improved upon humanity. Divisions are important. I tend to think of robotics as the first among equals.
In light of recent events, we've been asked to take a look at the behavioral mapping in the Gen 3s.
I see. Another of Dr. Mayo's manipulative powers. Well, he's wrong. The Gen 3s are functioning just...
SOE doesn't agree. Statistically, Gen 3s have shown an increase in autonomic behavior, suggesting a malfunction in the latest models.
I assure you, Doctor, that is not a malfunction.
Hello. Welcome. Please, step this way for processing.
If you ask me, the synth software could use a little more debugging.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've increased synth responsiveness by 0.04%. Hi there.
Hi, Doc.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests. most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us then?
I'm thinking it over.
Well, I hope you do decide to stay. It would mean a great deal to Sean. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Please proceed directly to processing.
The synths aren't just Father's legacy. They're his gift to humanity.
Hey, Doc.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation synths are a true breakthrough. The culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
What I've seen so far is pretty impressive.
It's just the beginning. Like I said, a momentous time.
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
Jetpack! I get the jetpack now! That's pretty cool. I honestly just want a jetpack. At this point in the game, I'm kind of burnt out. I don't care about the Institute. I don't care about Diamond City.
So many mutants. That many super mutants.
If I ever need repairs, you seem more than capable with your figurines.
Someday, super mutants kill everything. World is than strong
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
Don't much care for good neighbor. That place is nothing but trouble. Looking to buy.
Let's see what you got.
Let me know what you'd like.
Everybody has a resource in this game they can't get enough of, and for me it's aluminum for some reason. I've heard copper, concrete, another one. Find all of those pretty easily, but aluminum. See, you can... I thought for a while you couldn't get a shipment of aluminum. I mean, you can. It's just the vendors I was going to didn't offer.
Crop's coming in pretty good.
We had a good supply of clean water. Things would be pretty good.
Hey.
Do you need something?
Another day of hard work. Never changes.
Stronghold we find millions soon.
Instead of that, I think I'm gonna derail. Not derail. On this, take a detour to check some things and go to the combat zone. Wait, what is it? The woman with the really bad Irish accent. If that's real, I'm sorry. Your voice sounds so much like a fucking Canadian woman giving a read of a very bad Irish accent. That's what it sounds like to me. And she doesn't have to be Canadian. I'm sorry to Canadians. She could be an Angelino. You know, she could be a knowing Californian. She could be Italian. She could be whoever. Either way, Curry's accent sounds pretty damn good. I think it might be. It sounds either like a French woman or a woman who could put on a goddamn perfect, or nearly perfect French accent. Or
Who?
Taking casualty!
Corner between that instead?
I'm on him!
There. Time's up, bitch!
What the? He ain't supposed to be in here! Shit. Rip him to shreds! God damn it! You're gonna regret ever coming here.
That one was ugly anyway. Well. Violent tendencies greatly reduce your life expectancy.
This ain't over!
Where are you? What was lost is found. Not bad.
Lucky here!
Again, I have survived the hostilities.
You think they're done out there? We don't want any trouble! Not anymore, at least.
Oh, just peek your head up, you damn coward.
The heck with that! Got it. I'm too pretty to go out like this. Look, whoever's out there, we were rooting for you the whole time. Hey! You all... Is it over? Well, that could have gone worse.
I dunno. Seemed quite the performance from where I was standing.
Are you fucking high or something? Why am I asking? Of course you are.
Was still winning the fight, wasn't I?
You're strung out and getting sloppy, is what you are. Of course, I suppose you ain't gotta worry about that now. Seems this one just put us out of business. I'm not sure if I should kiss you or have my little bird here feed you your own entrails.
I told you to quit calling me that.
What is this place?
Not from around here, huh? This is the combat zone. Finest arena in the Commonwealth. Kate here's the headliner. 100+ matches, undefeated. We used to serve a more legit clientele. But about 2 years ago, a gang of raiders rolled in and we became a more exclusive establishment. Up until you took our entire client base out of the gene pool and put us out of business, that is.
I'm sorry. It just seemed like you guys might be in trouble.
Trouble? Nah. But keeping those idiots entertained was what kept the lights on. Not exactly sure what we're gonna do now.
To hell with them. More'll come. Just need a quick breather and I'll be ready to go.
A breather? What? So you can slam more of that junk into your arm now? No, you know what? I think this was a blessing in disguise. You caught the end of that bout. What'd you think of Kate's work?
Not sure. I didn't catch the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess you were pretty busy cleaning house. Impressive work. Makes me think you're good enough to do me a favor. So here's my predicament. I suddenly got no audience. No audience means I got no caps coming in. And if you ain't bringing in caps, little bird, you ain't an asset. You're a liability. To me, and to yourself. So, here's what I'm thinking. What say I let you take over her contract? She goes with you, watches your back. Look, you'd be doing me a favor while I try to get the place back in order. What do you say?
Me? And him?
Why would you want her to go with me?
Yeah, Tommy. Just why the hell you trying to get rid of me?
Look, truth is, all that junk, it's been making you careless. And I don't want to be the one doing color commentary when you finally hit the floor. All right? So just do me this favor. Both of you. Please.
I'd like to know what Kate thinks.
Don't I get a say in all this?
That ain't how a contract works. Besides, you really want to stay here? No audience, no caps, no one to talk to, but yours truly.
Jesus. Point taken.
Atta girl. So, she's on board. Now what about you?
Sure. I could use someone watching my back.
Good. It's settled then. And here, take this. It's the purse from the last fight. Exterminator's fee.
Now just wait a second. What exactly are you gonna do without me here?
You don't need to worry about me. I'll get this place set up right. Maybe find a less blood-soaked clientele. Now get the hell out of here. You ain't welcome anymore, little bird.
You're a real son of a bitch. You know that, Tommy?
You don't have to tell me.
I guess you just come find me then when you want to head out.
Hey, Kate?
So, you're ready to head out?
Ready.
About time I got out of this place. Let's go.
I think if you travel with Kate, you may need to bring a little more ammo.
You're just jealous because you'll be missing all the fun.
Yes.
Don't leave anything behind that might be useful. I could wait all day for you to show yourself.
Just had to play hero.
You know how to show her in this time.
Analysis. Yellow. Alert. Hostile detected. Lethal force. Loctite.
Let me know if you want me to help with that locker or any locks you like to have. Getting into places I'm not wanted is a talent I've acquired over the years.